So, looking at this Galio VOD, I wanted to highlight a few things before I went into the gameplay itself. Because I think a huge part about Galio is having an hypothesis on how different lanes and matchups and the game is going to play out. Because your role as Galio is to facilitate, and you want to have an idea of what you anticipate you will be facilitating. So the first thing that caught my eye in Champ Select and at the loading screen was this matchup right here, and that this is a very volatile, high trading matchup. And I wanted to be able to keep an eye on Aurelia and Riven and see what's going on up there. And then I also wanted to keep an eye on this and this, because I know that Vi wants to gank. That is her identity. I know that Trundle is very good at counter ganking or just ganking as well. And so I know that my job as Galio, as a skirmishing champion, probably the best skirmishing champion in the game, if you had to ask me, there's going to be plenty of opportunities to skirmish around the top side of the map, particularly at that first scuttle. And so you're going to see that my gameplay is really aimed around getting a really good first scuttle, and I'll kind of show you what I mean. One more thing that was really, I wouldn't say odd, but probably a little abnormal, is that Anivia opted for Barrier. A lot of times you'll see Anivia opt for Ignite, particularly in this matchup. She also opted for Comet over Electrocute. So it's a very defensive Anivia build. And so I was not afraid to heavy trade a little bit, particularly early, because there was no Electrocute coming through and there wasn't a lot of kill threat with the Ignite. And there's a couple times in here where that really shines through. So let's get into the lane. I do not record sound on my VODs. So I apologize if it's a little bland here. But so we get to lane. We can probably fast forward to see some minions. I had to X out of that. Stats don't matter, kids. Don't use them to dictate the way you play. Just play the game well. So this first wave is going to come in. We're going to look at some basic Galio fundamentals. And so that was the first one right there. This is what we call, and this is a huge part of the whole champion. Let's talk about this in blue. Galio really wants to be looking for high value Qs. And so when I say high value, I mean Qs that are hitting both the wave and the enemy champion. Every time I can get value out of my Q as both poke damage and wave clear, that's just a huge win. And it's also the same thing with your passive as well, but that's especially more true in melee matchups. Like in the Anivia matchup, I'm never going to get that value out of my passive, but against something like an Akali or a Sylas, because Sammy, I believe you mentioned specifically wanting to go to pick Galio into Sylas, or Fizz, or any of those AD champs, then you really want to also play for high value on your passive. But so if we look at this again here real quick, she comes to lane, and I see, immediately in wave 1, she's standing in the minion wave, boom, I hit her, I hit the wave, I got my passive onto this, and that's good, because I want to get pressure, I want to get priority, because that's going to allow me to facilitate, and she's going to get some autos, and that's okay. I'm trying to kind of see if I can bait that Q out, otherwise we're chilling. And then look at this one. Oh, that's so beautiful. Boom. Huge, high value, right? I positioned here with the intention of queuing through this wave, looking to get it onto Anivia, and I did. I mean, that's massive. So already, check out this health bar. Look how much health she's already missing compared to how little health I'm missing. This is level 1. I'm not even strong yet, but I'm already asserting some dominance in this lane. So it's a little early to ward. It's only about 150. So my 230 ward, I'm going to hold off a little bit. And so I'm just going to kind of be around here. Again, just kind of dodging, weaving. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. But I've already got the wave pushed, and look at that. Another high value Q. 3 for 3, he's on fire. Look at this. Bang, I see it. I take my shot, I hit it. I get that Q onto those back minions in the back wave. And Anivia is at half HP. This is exactly what she does not want, and it's exactly what I do want. And it's not because I'm going to solo kill her, but I'll show you why in a second. Hit level 2, immediately take the W for the spell shield. In a melee matchup, you can really look for that instant level 2 cheese taunt and get your full Q passive combo. And again, I'm just playing for the wave. I missed my Q there, unfortunately. That was actually a pretty good play. I missed the Q, and I go up to farm anyway. But this is kind of where champion mastery is a big deal, because I know I'm not going to taunt, but what channeling your W does is it decreases the amount of damage you take. And so I just used my W really snap there to take less damage from the Q, and then she auto and E's, but I'm okay. Like, I have health pots. My health is regenning. And so now, what time is it? Ward time. It's 2:25. We want to get that first ward down around 2:30. I want to leverage the amount of wave pressure I have, and I want to get a really good ward on this Raptor Pit. Because I want to spot Vi. If I'm able to show my team where Vi is, they're able to play and react accordingly, and my jungler and I are able to play for the 2v2. So I'm going to get that ward right on Raptor Pit. You're going to see it right here. Boom. Perfect. This also protects me from a potential gank. And there's another high-value Q. Really getting that health down. And like I said before, I'm content to heavy trade. Heavy trading is not what Anivia wants to do with me. And I'm good. I also have the TP advantage. So now, oh, got another one. Just drilling these Qs in this lane. You see that Galio, he is a bruiser, but he plays in lane a little more like a poke mage. Because he's just trying to create those advantages. I'm running her out of mana. This is just a really bad. I salvaged it by making a strong mechanical play. But I definitely misjudged my E distance and didn't recognize that she was already backing off. But I was able to sidestep the Q and get the taunt into my passive. Great job there. My Aurelia's 1-0. So she's ahead. I now have a winning side lane. And again, I'm just in a really good spot. So now I'm getting this wave in. I'm thinking the next thing, and again, this is where Galio really shines. I'm thinking about Scuttle. Scuttle spawns at 3:15. It's currently 3:12. Trundle's there in position for it. So I want to get this wave in, get Prio, and go help my jungler secure the Scuttle Crab. So I walk over. We know that Vi just did Raptors. If you were watching the mini-map, she was there. And I'm just going to chill in this bush, babysit my friend here. The top laner's MIA, although we know that they just died, so I'm sure they're not coming down to this. But we know Vi's on the top side of the map, and lo and behold, this dumbass walks right in. So I get my full combo, I Q, I passive, I auto. Trundle comes running in, we burn her flash. Easy. So we get top Scuttle. We get Vi's flash. And we already have a kill on the top side. This is literally best case scenario. And this is where all those small wins in my lane added up, because Anivia could not even dream of coming over here. And that's, I mean, that's like, in terms of the first 3 waves, that's pretty ideal for Galio. I decided here to reset because I have no mana, and because the wave is still pushed all the way in. I know I might sack a few minions doing that, but that's okay. I'm not trying to be incredibly CS efficient with Galio, because again, that's not my role in the game. And also, Anivia is going to be a little scared to walk up because she's low. She's already burned all her pots. So we see the wave. It's about even. It's actually technically slowly pushing into me, which is great. And this is where I could TP to the wave if I were playing a different champion, like an Orianna or a Syndra, or if I was Anivia, I probably would. But as Galio, you really want to try to hold TP to be able to teleport to side lanes to impact skirmishes. Because again, we go back to, you are a facilitator. You are not the carry. So you want to be able to show up and turn fights at a moment's notice. So I decided to walk back to lane, even though I might miss a little bit, because I'm worried about my role in this game. So we get back to lane. We're chilling. Still going to look for those high-value Qs. I see Vi ganking. I pin and take a look. And boom, I TP. This is where it's, again, huge that I didn't TP to lane, because now I'm going to come and I'm going to turn this fight. And as I'm TPing in, I see that Yumi's low. Vi is charging up her Q. Yes, that's a Vlad support. I don't know why. And so I'm getting in here thinking, okay, how can I turn this fight? And so we're going to watch this. I'm here, I'm in. I want to peel this Vi. I get the taunt. She's dead. And now we're chasing down, right? Me and Tristana, we win this 2v2 every single time. We get the flash. Yumi's there. We both flash. We get the Yumi. So we got 2 kills and Twitch's flash because I was Johnny on the spot with the teleport. In a perfect world, I don't have to get that kill on Yumi. And I did wait till the last minute because I wanted it on Tristana. But it's still, it's support. I mean, it's assist gold. I'm strong. It's not like Galio doesn't like gold. It's just that he's not going to solo carry a game with it. Yes, I let Anivia get the shove, but that's okay because, again, my role is not to dominate lane. And Trundle's able to go get barrier out of her. He's able to eat some of these minions, which is great because he can also work with the gold. And this, I mean, 5 minutes in to be 2-0, secure the first scuttle, and have both side lanes ahead. This is Galio's dream. This is everything you want. We're going to come back. And at this point, I'm just telling myself, okay. And I'm thinking about the game, and I'm saying, what is their avenue back in? Well, Vi is obviously going to want to gank, because she's now failed one gank. She's not a champion that wants to wait back and scale. She really wants to make things happen early. And so I've identified that I am just going to continually shove in waves so that I can be around the map. Vi shows on Dragon here, and I could go right to Dragon. I determined that it's best to wait. And I'm going to get this wave in really slowly so that Anivia has to respond to it. Because I'm kind of torn here. You can see they're pinging help, but they win that without me. These 3 win the 3v3 very easily because of the fight we just turned. And the last thing I want is Anivia to show up and turn the entire fight. Now this, you could argue this is wrong and I should have moved sooner. I was also thinking about trying to get level 6. And so I'm here and I'm rotating. I'm keeping an eye on my mini-map. But I ultimately decide, see, she wants to leave. And I'm just not going to let her. I'm not going to let her leave the lane for free. It's just not going to happen. Now she has to react to that wave. Now I come down. The play's over, but there won't be any more play. So even though I wasn't there, I still facilitated this play by keeping Anivia out. And so again, we're back. We're chilling. We're clearing waves. Now we have level 6. And we see, what do we see going on as we're level 6? There's a nice push trading going on up in the top lane. And I already have my eye on that. Aurelia got another kill. We're going to buy. We see Vi up there in the top lane. I can't get there anytime soon, so I'm just focused on getting to mid. I'm able to show up. Again, yes, I'm giving up plates. Yes, I'm a little behind in XP, but that's okay because my team is light years ahead. Trundle's down there getting another kill. So I shove the wave. What do? I get a nice little ward to, again, complement my bot side so that they're not getting ganked and getting pushed out of the game. My top laner is way ahead. And so I'm just kind of reading the map, reading what the next move is going to be. So I pan my camera. What do we see? Oh, hold on. Constantly want to be aware of what's going on in the side lane as Galio. Boom. So what do we see here? Aurelia is up a level. We know she's up a ton of kills. We know Riven can't contest this. And we know that this wave is pushing in. And so as Galio, I'm thinking one of two things here. One, I can dive this. We can dive, we can put Riven even farther behind, tilt her even more, get a win con even farther ahead. And two, looking at all this vision we have, Who do we not see? We don't see Vi. She's just a constant MIA. There could be a potential gank angle here for Vi. And so I decide, with my wave push to tower, that I am going to just come up here. I'm going to hover my top laner. I'm going to ping on the way. I'm going to ping that I have my ult. And if she wants to dive, I can help her dive. If she gets ganked, I can be there to respond to the gank. And that's the objective that's up. So, like, there's a million reasons for me to be playing on the top side of the map here. So that's what I do. So I start walking up the river. I'm keeping an eye on this trade. I'm watching Riven lose health. I'm watching the wave crash in. This is where I'm like, hey, I have ult. I'm in range of you if you want to go. She decides not to go. That's fine. And we see Vi, and now Vi just dies. So we get that kill. Trundle now gets a... Well, Vi got Rift Herald. And at this point, it's pretty much GG. This is such a massive lead because we got that another kill on my Aurelia. She's either 3-0 or 4-0 now. And I am confident in my own team fight abilities to play off of her that a 4-0 Aurelia on my team, we're set. Not to mention the bot lane's ahead. I don't know if there's anything else worthwhile. Looks like I get another kill here. Oh, so same concept, right? I was just top and made a play there. This is my jungler's bot. We're looking to potentially make a play. I'm here to complement it. I still have my ultimate. We wait in this bush. They have vision. We leave. Go back to mid. And then I think I just outplay Vi here. Yeah. So I come mid. This Vi is so desperate because she's an early game jungler. She ganks because she's summoning Rift Herald. Get the taunt under tower. She's dead. And if I said GG before, it's definitely GG now. We're chilling. At this point, there's really nothing else. And we can look at the rest of the game, but it's really just those early victories that caused us to win it. So if we're going to recap, you know, you're looking for things to take into your own games, learning the champion. Here are some basic Galio fundamentals. So 1, in lane, we're looking for high value Qs. And then again, also passive in melee matchups. We're always looking to complement our jungler. Complement jungler, and then we want to monitor side lanes because you are looking to facilitate a win con of some sort. Because what Galio does well he is a great skirmisher. He is versatile in full-on team fights. Meaning you can peel or dive. But what he does not do well is he does not solo carry games in the sense of like a Fed Cassidon or something like that, or a Fed Aurelia. And so your job is to unlock your teammates as Galio and to just kind of be present to turn fights. But hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to look at any VODs. If your own plays, you learn the champion, let me know. I know you specifically mentioned wanting a champ you can pick into Silas. I love playing Galio into Silas because unless the Silas player is really, really good, I just dominate them. And part of that is just how strong you are early and how you can take that around the map. But it's really enjoyable. Well, hopefully that helped. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. And would love to take a look at some of your games because Galio is such a fun champion.